Hey everyone, welcome back to Alpha Tech channel. Today we have an exciting coding challenge ahead. We are going to tackle a problem that involves manipulating strings in a fun way. So whether you are a seasoned coder or just getting started, this challenge is a great way to sharpen your skills. Our task today is to write a function that takes a string as input and returns a new string in which each character is repeated once. It's a simple yet interesting challenge that can teach us a lot about string manipulation. So the problem is, as you can see on the screen, we have the question or the challenge. Given a string, you have to return a string in which each character, case sensitive, is repeated once. So example, we have this string, for example. So the challenge is telling us that each character of this string should be repeated once. And it means this string, the output is going to be SS and case sensitive. So TTRRIINNGG. To solve this challenge, as usual, we are going to be using Ruby programming language. And before we start writing the code, I would like to write out a pseudocode for this code, for this challenge rather. And we can start. So to solve this challenge, the first thing we are going to do is we are going to need a new string, so to print out our output. So for each character in a string, so meaning we are going to loop through each character of the input, because the input will be a string and the output will also be a string, and that should be for each character in a string. Append the character twice to the new string. And finally, when we are done with this, so we are going to return, then lastly, so return the new string. So let me save this. So as you can see, this has changed to a Ruby file. So let me just comment everything. So to do this, you can press the in VS Code, you can press the Control stroke. So now we are done with this. So let us move on to the coding aspect. So first thing, we need to create a method in Ruby. And to create a method in Ruby, you start with the def keyword. Then the name of the function, or the method rather, is what? Let's say double car. So this method is going to have an input. And you can see we are going to pass in an input, and the input will always be a string, should be a string. Then we end our method. So this way we've created a method in Ruby. But the method is not doing anything, it only has a parameter, so but it is not doing anything for now. So now the next thing we are going to do, according to our pseudocode, is we should create an empty string, and this empty string we are going to create a new variable. So, and creating a new variable in Ruby is simple as you can think. So it has nothing, it is dynamically typed, as you know. So we can just write the name of the variable. So new string, this is our variable, and we said it will be an empty string. So this way we've created a new variable that will be our return value. So the next part is that for each character in a string, so for each character means we need to loop through this string. The input that is coming, we need to loop through it. And to do that, we are going to use one of the methods in Ruby. So I'll be talking about methods we can use for string in my video. So make sure you stay up to date with my channel, subscribe to my channel, and also like my channel so that you are going to be receiving updates. Now, one of these methods we are going to use is the each car. So since we want to iterate, we want to loop through a string, we can use the each car method. And how can we use that? So it's just by using the string, which is our input, then you put your dot, then each car. So each car means, so for every character in a string. So for every character in a string. So what are we doing? So we want to loop each character, so we can just have our character like this. Then we should end the block because this is a block. And now the next thing is we are going to append the character twice to the new string, meaning we are going to say new string. So we can say equal to character plus character. So character plus character, it's just saying that, okay, for example, we have s, the string. So the string we have here, we pass in a string as our input. Then for each of these character, for each of this string, so each of the character rather, so add it together and put it to this what they call to this this should be plus. So plus equals to character plus character. So we are going to be adding this to this new string twice. But there's still a better way of doing this. Instead of using plus equals to character plus character, so we are repeating ourselves too much. So one way we can just reduce this code is by using the multiplication sign. So I'm sorry, so this is not what I'm intending to do. Plus, by using the multiplication sign. So this way means we are multiplying this character twice and we are adding it to this new string. And that is it. So the next thing we need to do is we return our new string. So to return a statement in Ruby, you can just write this the data you want to return. So this will return the string. And you can also use the return value like this, but I prefer using it this way since this is the last thing I will be returning and is in the last part of the code. So now we are done with our coding, so let's test our code. So I have to call the method, and to do that I can use the put statement and use the put method double car, and let's see. So we have string. So let's see if our output have saved, and I have this extension, so the code runner. So I can just use the control alternate N to run my code. So let's wait for it to load. Good. As you can see, we have the output SSTTRRIINNGG. So it shows our code is working. So let's try it with other example also. So we can use the let's use this hello world and see. Let's use this hello world. So this one, shift alternate, so we are going to bring another type of it. So control, and let's save and rerun again. Good, we have this. So hello world, I can see we have two spaces here. Good, our code is working. And let's try it for the last example. Let me copy this and let's do this again. So let me clear this. You can clear it from here, and let me save and rerun. Good, as you can see, our code is working perfectly. So we have successfully solved the challenge. This is a great exercise to practice your string manipulation, string skills, and it's often used in various coding interviews. I encourage you to try this challenge on your own. You can use different programming languages or even come up with your own creative solutions. Learning through coding challenges is a fantastic way to grow as a programmer. Thank you for joining me today on Alpha Tech channel. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more coding challenges, tutorials, and tech content. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Happy coding, and I will see you in the next video.